I have lots of slides, so. Okay, so I have 50 slides and 5 minutes, so we're gonna do this fast. So I found the top 5 web security errors by looking at MDN Google Analytics to see what developers are hitting, and when they click the console error message, we can see it on our analytics. The number 5 was form auto-completion for some reason, but the way this works, by default, browsers remember what users submit in input fields. This is what it looks like. You've all seen this. There's some problems with this. So malware authors are just over-the-shoulder. Attackers could steal data from a file in the browser or from the screen. You can disable this by putting it on a form to disable autocomplete for the entire form, or on each individual field. One caveat here is that if you try to put this on a username or password field, the browser will not let you do this. It wants to remember those because doing that encourages people to pick bad passwords. So number 4, across origin requests. Sites shouldn't be allowed to request and steal data from other sites. These are pretty obvious. Everyone's hit this probably. Phishing sites, untrusted first parties can steal data. So evilcorp.com, you don't want them to grab data from boss.bankofamerica.com. The fix is that browsers actually already enforce the same origin policy. So when you need to do this, you need to use HTTP access controls to allow it. This is what it looks like. On the JavaScript side, you've got the GET request going to a different domain. That domain needs to serve this HTTP header that says allow origin from slideshare.net. That means that server trusts content JavaScript from that other domain. All right, number 3, weak signature algorithms. This is what it looks like to users. This was AmericanCrew.com literally not too long ago because fail, I guess. So the attackers here are malicious hosts or people man-in-the-middle attacks. The attacks that have been shown are basically when you hear about encryption algorithm collision attacks, someone could create a duplicate dummy certificate and start serving your site securely as if they were you. That's not good. Fixing this is the same as fixing the next one, which is insecure password transmission. So this is what it looks like in the browser. Your connection is insecure. ESPN wants you to sign in. Then the bottom field, it says password fields present on an insecure page. In Firefox, we actually put the prompt right there in front of the user to tell them, no, really, don't put your password in here, please. So what triggers this is if you have an HTTP page with an input form with a type of password. Even if you have a secure page and you have form action going to insecure, that's not good. If you have an insecure page and your form action is going to secure, that's still not good because someone can put some JavaScript, can inject some JavaScript into the page to actually steal all the keystrokes. So even though your form submission goes secure, the content itself is not secure. So the problem is you got man-in-the-middle, people on open Wi-Fi or ISPs or proxies or whatever could steal passwords. That's especially bad because everybody reuses passwords, so passwords are terrible. Fixing weak signatures and the insecure passwords is the same as fixing mixed content. So browsers block insecure active content. They show passive content. This is what it looks like to a user. This is what triggers it. You're on an HTTPS site. You have a source to an HTTP domain. The attacks here is someone could break the page or snoop the content. They could inject misleading content. So fixing all of these, you can do HTTPS all of your stuff. So if you've heard of Let's Encrypt and Certbot. Certbot is amazing. It is on all the operating systems. It is got a lot of plugins for web servers. This is what it looks like on a Mac. You can brew install Certbot. You can generate a certificate. It will ask you to enter the domain name. It will say deploy a DNS-TXT record over on your domain. Once you've done that, click enter. Then you come back, then you get the cert, you add it to your site. Hey, look, your site is now secured. But there's still legacy links and insecure content on your site. So how do you fix that? There's a content security policy directive called upgrade and secure requests that will take any legacy hard-coded HTTP links and automatically upgrade them to HTTPS for you, so that's nice. If you want to find out which of your dependencies are insecure, there's this content security policy report only. You can put the default source enforce HTTPS. It will not cause errors in the browser, but it will send reports to a URL so you can track down which things users are actually hitting. So that's good. This report-uri.io site is basically Google Analytics for CSP violation reports, which is the nerdiest thing I've ever said in my life. And that's the top 5, and that's it. Did I nail it?
8.